those rare times where it says it's 54 out here, but it feels like 64. Use an SAT word. Basically, I was thinking those little Dell monitors became so ubiquitous. They last for such a long time that you're used to seeing them. In the background, it's like, oh, what kind of monitor do you have? I don't know, some old Dell I found somewhere. The old square 15-inch ones. And I think they came out in 2000. 16 years later, people still using them. Sometimes I think it's kind of weird to see a monitor in general because I thought computer monitors became obsolete. The reason I think that personally is because I use TVs as monitors. You get your 32-inch TV and HDMI plug it, and if your thing's got the latest graphics card in it, plugs directly into the HDMI port. If you're savvy enough, you sometimes it's DisplayPort. You can take a DisplayPort, HDMI connection, and make that work. I just don't understand DisplayPort. I get that Apple came out with it, and that was their standard, but can't see why they released it at the same time they were releasing HDMI. But I mean, that happens. I remember DVI lasted for about a minute. And then they're going to change the standard again. I think the new HDMI 3.0 cables are supposed to be reversible, just like the USB 4.0 cables. Who knows, someday that she won't even need to. Someday you won't need wires. Or maybe someday you take your device and you plug it into the power outlet, and every signal your device needs comes in over that one outlet. I think they tried that. Like case in point, I bought Chromecast because I wanted to be able to take my tablet and use any HDMI, HD TV as a display. Then I get a smart TV, and the smart TV says, "Oh, you don't need Chromecast. You just connect me to your wireless network, and you can broadcast your smartphone or smart device onto me using Wi-Fi." I don't know how much of a delay there is, but I imagine it's the same thing with Chromecast. So in other words, the TVs are have built-in casting capabilities. Screencast. I can't keep up with it anymore, even though it's my job. Now you can get gigabit Ethernet, and I don't know if that means you have to get a different kind of Cat Ethernet cable. Last time I checked, the standard was Cat 6E, and I forgot what the maximum speed of it was. I'll find out when I start studying for my Network Plus. myself upset about, though, is media providers are trying to put the screws to Netflix. Suddenly, I can't find any shows. I can't find a lot of old shows on Netflix. I can't find any fairly recent shows on Netflix. And movies, forget about it. So basically, I'm just watching Netflix original programming, which means I just paid $8 for an internet cable channel, or $8 a month. In short, I can understand why people are turning to piracy again. I guess they never turned away. I got people telling me, you see that movie yet? Look, I got it on my phone. It's like, what? So no, wait. Yeah, let me download this app, XYZ. Man, look, see, there it is. Like, the Star Wars credits are in Spanish, but who cares? But I see which way the wind is blowing. The bottom line is Hollywood is remaking the same films over and over again, just with different casts and better special effects. And so people are going to keep pirating the films. But on top of that, what's starting to happen is content providers are coming out with their own independent internet streaming sites. You know, HBO Go, Fox, Comedy Central, I guess you could say Viacom. Someone's going to come out with, or maybe they already have, a cable model on the internet. All they're going to do is aggregate the streams. You pay us $100 a month, you can access all these streams. There we go, the return to basic cable only in internet form. Maybe they've already done that, I don't know. I just know that right now it seems to be, the theory is you pay $8 to Netflix, $10 to Hulu, I think it's $20 a month to HBO. Some of these other people that stream their stuff online, you can only get it through a cable provider. So you got to pay for a cable provider you never use, just so you can stream the devices using a mobile app. No, I was just thinking about that. So I would be paying close to maybe $50 a month for a la carte cable. not jumping on the Hulu bandwagon, because from what I'm understanding, it's still not ad-free. I was like, so you want me to pay more than Netflix, and I still get ads? I keep thinking there was I keep forgetting about a third option. Amazon, which is a joke. You know, I got that Amazon Instant Video and the music thing, and I never use it. I got Prime because I buy a lot of stuff from Amazon and have it shipped to me. And at the end of the day, it saves me on shipping costs. I just hate that I get on the internet and I'm thinking bulk peanut butter, that should be the easiest thing to find. And there's like 3 companies that sell bulk peanut butter, or to ship it to you online. And the one that I bought it from shipped it in a shoddy container where it spilled all over the box, and I was not happy. So then I try to get it from Google, and Google sells this overpriced yuppie peanut butter. It's organic, and it doesn't have any salt added. No. I was like, I don't care about all this stuff. Yeah, but we're going to charge you $5 more for it because it's got all those. They charge you $5 more to take all the bad stuff out of it. Versus if you just buy the plain stuff that's got all the hydrogenated this and salt that and. In other words, it costs more to send you unprocessed peanut butter than it does to send you the processed additive peanut butter. That's because the food industry is just, in short, they're stupid. I tried to buy Italian dressing, and they put high fructose corn syrup in it. I'm just trying to figure out where they're putting any syrup or sugar in what's essentially vinegar and oil. That's all I wanted. Vinegar, oil, and maybe a few herbs. At the end of the day, I wound up buying cheap vinaigrette from Walmart. I bought cheap chips from the dollar store, and they had 3 ingredients in it: cornmeal, or what did they say, corn, sunflower oil, and what was the 3rd ingredient? Salt. That was it. I was like, the dollar store can give me this crap? no, Freelay does it too. I ain't gonna brag on them too bad. Yeah, the summary of my gripe is I have to work very hard to find simple things. I'm looking for a supplement called horny goat weed. That's all I'm looking for. But no, they have to bundle it with like 4 or 5 things. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna put vitamin D in there. Oh, and we're also gonna have echinacea, and we're gonna have some other thing, maca root. And I was like, I just want the one thing. No, you like our blend. And then another company says, we'll sell it to you at 100%, 120% the strength dosage. And we're going to charge you $10 extra for that. You're like, alright, give me the cheap stuff, it's all mixed up. People say you just don't want to pay for quality. I was like, not when one of them is like $1 a bottle. I think it was even the cheap stuff was still expensive. We're like, there's this big gap where you go $20 a bottle, and then to get what you want, it's $100 a bottle. There's no middle ground. Like, nobody went to 50, they just went straight to 100. Keep in mind it's Sunday. A lot of people out here for Sunday. There we go. That's what I was looking for. just to summarize what I was trying to say, there are a lot of things that I don't buy because, number one, they're not in the simple format that I want them in, and number two, they're at a ridiculous price. Even the inconvenient stuff that I don't want is still inconveniently priced. So, I keep hearing all this stuff about, oh, the American economy's not doing so hot. That's why. You're not giving people what they want, and what you're giving them. It's got too much or it costs too much. I get it now. I see all the stuff in Scott Adams' Dilbert. Some guy says, how can we do this? How can we do that? And this is the result of market research and endless group meetings. You release something that's overpriced and bloated. Basically, that's what the American people are. A nation of overpriced and bloated people. Jesus. Is that really how bad it's gotten? I guess a perfect example of that is anything the military released between 1980 and 1990 to 2000. The M1A1 Abrams tank, the Bradley fighting vehicle, the what was it called? The J-35, the JF-35, the Joint Strike Fighter. One of the planes had supersonic engines and a sophisticated radar system and sophisticated cloaking systems, and it was all moot because there was something wrong with getting air to the pilot, and all of a sudden the pilot would choke with asphyxiate. That was the major problem. Like, you can do all this stuff, but it can't keep the pilot alive. The M1A1 Abrams, big giant tank. Sophisticated armor. It's supposed to have some kind of sophisticated radar tracking system that you can fire an entire target from miles away and they would never know you were there. But it's a logistical nightmare. I think it's a 70-ton tank, maybe more than that. Too big for roads, for urban roads. And they have to haul it using jumbo jets. And then, of course, there's the Bradley fighting vehicle, which has been covered in detail in the Pentagon Wars. But I mean, it's a great symbol of what America is. It's a nation that builds Cadillacs when what it needs are Model Ts. Sometimes all you need is 4 wheels and a steering wheel. You're adding a cup holder, seat warmer, 5 different types of shocks. And someone has to maintain and drive the thing, and it's too impractical to be used. Like the TV I bought has Wi-Fi connection. I think it has some applications you can download for it. It has all these stuff that it lists as features. All I do is turn it on, change the input, and be done with it. Because I have a device that will handle all that stuff that it says that the TV has. I'm plugging it into a computer. I'm plugging it into a game console. I'm plugging it into a satellite receiver. In fact, I couldn't even find 1080p TVs during the Christmas holiday. Everything was, you have to buy the 4K. I was like, that's great and all, but number one, I don't have an internet connection that can handle 4K video. Because AT&T, once again, these are big bloated bundles that cost too much to get that. And then number two, I don't have a satellite box that handles 4K TV. Once again, I gotta talk to DirecTV/AT&T to give me a bloated box that does all the stuff that all I want to do is watch TV. Oh no, it's got DVR and music channels and blah 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 blah. I was like, dude, I don't need all that. I'm grabbing out loud. America, stop trying to sell me a Cadillac. I drive a Honda. Keep it simple, stupid. It's like I was talking bad about Under Armour. It's a shirt. You put it on and wear it. That's all you do. I don't think a shirt should cost $100 because somebody put a logo on it. Made by the same Chinese sweatshops or Taiwanese sweatshops. The only difference is we put the logo on there, so we're going to charge you $50 more. I just realized I do a lot of running on my walks. street and you're kind of reminded of what America used to be. The middle class folks that really fight hard to keep the neighborhoods nice. I mean, the streets are always immaculate down here. There's no trash. Pisses me off that they've never had a sidewalk, but the street's so nice I can live with it. There's hardly any traffic that comes down here. They didn't have to get too crazy with speed bumps. These folks just drive pretty decent down this street. So it's a nice example of how it all could be. But unfortunately, also, houses on this street are expensive. So it looks like middle class, but the reality of the situation is it's pretty upper class. It just kept its middle class mystique. To give you an idea how nice this street is, my dad walks down it. I stroke out old dad, who sees a crack in the sidewalk and gets nervous that he can't step over it. He comes down Clover and loves it. I think this is the only perfect street in my collection of streets. I mean, Lively is still a mess. Nothing compared to Clover. And you see Dunhaven. Dunhaven degrades into chaos rather quickly. Oh, Clover. forgot. I don't know why everybody's driving around and having a good old time. It's because they don't have to go to work tomorrow. Okay. A lot of people don't have to go to work. Well, bottom line is there are a few progressive businesses out there who recognize that their employees need a break from time to time, who aren't blindly pursuing profit, who respect the contributions of Martin Luther King Jr. and observe the holiday. That's kind of all I want to say about that. Trying to be politically correct, but my inner Bill Burr is just raging to say something. I kind of like Bill Burr because he's just saying everything that I kind of want to say, even as a black guy. There's a certain point where I can't be politically correct and I have to say what everybody's thinking, and I just don't. I live in the land of the free, the home of the brave, and I can't say anything. I can't be those two things, free and brave. Because free and brave is the providence people in a certain income bracket. You don't have to work for an employer and somehow they find out, hey, we found out you said these things. You're out of a job. No discussion. You're free and brave when you can take a calculated risk as to what you're willing to sacrifice. For some people, that is everything. It's like, some people it's like, I have nothing to lose, so I have nothing to sacrifice. So I'll just say whatever the hell. I kind of envy those people. And then there's the people who have everything to lose and they don't realize they have everything to lose. And they say it, and then they lose everything, and they're all surprised, like, what the hell? You know, those 4 things that people talked about all through high school. Maybe you had somebody give that speech. Those who know, those who don't know and don't know they don't know. Those who don't know but know that they don't know. Those who know but don't know that they know. And then there's those that know and know that they know. And so freedom and bravery, what is it saying? Freedom and bravery fall into 2 of those 4 categories perfectly. I'm stuck in the phase of, sometimes I get stuck in the phase of, it's more like I don't have, and I know I don't have. Some people, they really are stuck in the phase of they don't have, but they don't know that they don't have. Damn, Grandma. Is it that bad in this neighborhood? And she clenched that stick when I came closer, so I was just like, what do you think's gonna happen here? See, I think that sometimes I think it's part of what Obama was talking about. Everybody, and every black man knows it.